Another character creation. And I have Jessica with me here. This is for Chariot LARP, which you can find out all about over at geekinitiative.com. Just click on the LARP menu. You can also click directly on the button below if you're watching on stream. Chat if you're still watching. Hi, I know you were in the chat room. So, yes, we started streaming 6 minutes late. So sorry. But yeah, we're here. We're streaming. And we're doing character creation for this game. And it's a free-form live-action role-playing game that we play online. We play it on Google Hangouts, and we stream it on Twitch. And that's the thing we're doing. So it's immersive, it's sci-fi digital, and it's in this free-form style. So I will throw things at these characters as the captain slash GM, and we deal with them. And that's kind of how we roll. You know, some of it's like planned plot stuff that I just kind of throw in there on the fly. Some of it is really character development, character oriented, which so far this run is really skewing towards politics and corporations and medical corruption stuff, which is really fun. I cannot wait to explore this topic. So that's what we've done so far. Every run of this game has its own name. Totally original, right? I just used the Greek alphabet. This is the beta run, and the beta run represents the second ship, the beta ship, the second ship to leave Earth. So all of the different runs actually coexist in the same universe. Gee, Tara, how do you possibly have the same captain character on multiple ships? Isn't that a great question? One that you might find out a little bit more about in the beta run, which I'm excited to drop some plot stuff and to keep people watching. So, anyways, we've done a few character creation calls today already. This is the next one, and I have with me Jessica, and Jessica is here to create her character. Welcome.
Hello.
Are you excited?
I'm super pumped. I'm
awesome.
Ready.
Awesome. So I know we chatted a little bit before. Have you created... Oh, thank you for that follow. I just heard my friend and Discord admin Nick's voice in the background alerting me. He goes, "You have a new follower." So thank you to whoever just followed me. I'm watching the stream here on my phone because I'm so high tech like that. But yeah, so we talked a little bit before with various questions and answers and a little bit about character concepts. Do you have anything in mind already? And it's okay if you don't.
Yeah, well, I think I talked a little bit about it. Basically, I wanted to play a Lady Gaga-esque character, really over the top, probably never had a hard day's work in her life. Very much like, this is some of the stuff I brought to show you. Lots of glitter.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
Lots of gold, lots of just, like, over-the-tops, like, makeup, and then, hold on a sec.
Oh, this is great.
There will be several different wigs that will be her hair, because she never keeps it the same.
Oh, this is great.
Like, hot pink.
Oh my gosh, I love this!
And this is what I bought at the Halloween store when I messaged you. It's an 80s style, like, almost Madonna-esque.
Oh, that's great.
But basically, that's the kind of character I want to play. Also, I kind of had some kind of backstory going where I had discussed with a fellow player maybe the possibility of playing siblings.
Ooh.
Because my friend's character is the opposite, very, like, logical, works on robots. That was her character idea, that kind of thing.
Fantastic.
And, so the only thing that I really wanted to do was basically that my character was kind of forced to do this.
Mm-hmm.
She did not put her name in for it, per se. It was more like maybe a rival, or we were kind of playing with the idea that maybe her sister did it, put her name in to be chosen, and now she's forced to go, and she hates it because she has to basically earn a living now, whereas she was just acting and singing or whatever before.
This is fantastic. So far on the ship, we have a bunch of, like, Terry is in the stream, by the way, and is saying how awesome this is going to be. It's so true. We've really taken to heart the guideline of having, like, the top minds and the top talents being recruited for this project. And so your character falls right in line. We also don't have any characters in the like the creative segment first. And since you were citing Lady Gaga as a type and kind of implying that she would be like famous, what's her deal? Is she a singer?
Well, I can't sing, and I didn't want to go singer because I didn't want people to be like, all right, sing for me. So I think I'm just going to do actress because
all right, that makes sense.
I obviously can do that.
Yeah. So famous actress. So, welcome to the freeform nature of the character creation process, where I ask you questions that I haven't asked anybody yet. So, your character is an actress. So, what type of films does she make?
I was thinking just a little of everything, but she might specialize in over-the-top drama, maybe like tearjerkers, romance movies, because I personally do not like those kinds of movies, so I thought it would be nice to play it out of my comfort zone a little bit. Like the Meg Ryan of this era.
I love it. I love it. What's really fun is what I can do is like I can create basically a fake movie that you were in, and then essentially like just make it kind of canon lore. Like we all know this movie, and we'd obviously all know who you are. So that's going to be pretty awesome. That's going to be really cool.
Just interject because I like to tell this story. Would you like to know how I even came up with this?
I'd love to know. This is going to inspire many things.
I was at Ross's, and I was looking for clothes. I was just buying a nice dress, and at the checkout line, you know how they have little stuff you could just grab on your way out? I was thirsty, so I grabbed a bottle of water. This water is called Diamond, and it's literally like got a diamond on the top, and it says on the back that it was filtered with real diamonds. And I was like, wouldn't that be a funny character? Like if she only drank diamond water. And
that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I love that. I love that. So, wow, this is just a lot of awesome to work with. So we know what kind of movies she likes. I feel like I'm jotting down to create a movie you're famous for. I'm almost thinking of like, what if her super famous movie was like not Titanic, but something super like dramatic and over the top, and like my heart will go on, something like that.
Pretty much. Like and I had planned on making fake like not Oscars because obviously this is in the future, but fake like statuettes that she had won that are painted gold or whatever. I thought that would be cool to just have them like around my station here that you can kind of see off camera a little bit.
I love it. You're gonna go all out with the set dressing and the.
I can't really put anything behind me, and so if I have the light on, it's a complete mess. So I was just gonna pretend that she was on set for a new movie. And this is just what it looks like.
I love
it.
Now. That's great. That's great. One of our players from Alpha Run, he was our pilot, and he's in the military, so he had like a blank space behind him, and he wore a NASA shirt, and he was like, he pretended like he was in a bunker, because like, you know, so the culture at this point in time, we're at the end of the century, there's a lot of war going on. We're also establishing there's a lot of corruption going on within like the medical and pharmaceutical industries, and a lot of that's going to tie in very heavily to this run of the game.
Good, because yes. I was going to get, especially now since it's Halloween, I found online like botched like not liposuction, what is it called? With the, when they put the silicone in your face or whatever.
Botox.
Botox, that's it. I found botched Botox lips on the special effects website, so I was thinking about getting that because I could tie in with the whole medical thing too.
That's great. Yeah, medical connections are going to be really good in this run of the game. And I think as a celebrity, well, you know how it is when you're famous, you kind of get let into all the political and corporate behind-the-scenes stuff just because you get access from being famous. So that'll be really fun to work with, and will help you fit in pretty easily, but still be really standout and unique. So
my favorite part will be having really awful opinions about things I know nothing about.
Great.
Like a real celebrity.
Excellent. Excellent. Does your character have a presence on social media?
Yeah.
And does she do her?
But there's just so many that she hires other people to do it and pretend to be her now because she's just too busy for that.
Does she ever, like, you know, maybe go on there herself and say anything, or is it only her people that handle it?
I didn't really think about it. I think it just varies.
Okay.
Depends on what she's doing. I think she has been known to. I think Instagram will probably be the one that she does
She's
herself
an
most of
Instagrammer.
because
Right.
of the selfies and then the filters and whatever. But yeah, that's what I think. And I think her PR people probably have to have a rein-in on her because she's a little controversial.
So this LARP takes place before we leave Earth, but obviously we're all thinking, our characters are all thinking about what they're going to be leaving behind. So your character is very famous on Earth. Will be famous on the ship, but she's got a limited audience of 232 other people. And, you know, we kind of have worked out in the Alpha run, like, you know, when you leave Earth, right, the spaceship's going to be in range of Earth for a while, so you'll be able to do some broadcasts and communications, but eventually, like, you know, a year out, like, that fame is gonna go away. You're not gonna get that feedback from people on Earth that makes you the famous celebrity. How do you think your character is handling that? Or is she not even thinking about it and just absorbing the fame that comes along with, OMG, I'm going on Chariot, even though she was signed up?
Well, since I basically think that she's going to have a giant temper tantrum. I mean, like, celebrity freak out, because she did not want to be here. It just, now she's forced to go, kind of. We haven't really figured that part out yet, but you know what I mean.
Well,
and,
Terry actually has a really interesting suggestion, and of course his character, we've established, has crowdfunded Chariot, right? So he's like the CEO, and he's suggesting that you could be like the celebrity that's like the face of the program. So like maybe you were somehow forced into like making us look awesome. Because my character's the captain,
like,
she's not.
Some kind of controversy, and now there's like she's trying to change the subject on her image, basically, to get their mind off of some kind of controversy.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I mean, that's what real celebrities do, right?
That's true. And does she think a lot about her legacy beyond the moment, or is she really
absolutely.
in the moment?
That's why she has all the Oscars and all the Emmys or whatever.
Okay.
She wants people to remember her like they remember Lucille Ball or they remember Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, that's great.
To be like that. Yeah, like Elvis, you know.
What hasn't she accomplished yet, career or otherwise, that maybe she wanted to?
Well, I wouldn't know if she wanted to, but she emancipated herself from her parents when she was, I want to say 15, because, you know, when you're in the entertainment industry and your parents are your managers, they tend to sometimes launder from you because you're underage. So she got emancipated from her family when she was like 15.
Cool.
I'm not sure she would want to make up with them, but maybe something to do with her parents. Maybe even just giving them an actual goodbye instead of just ignoring their existence.
Nice. So unresolved anger, I guess, with parents.
She's mostly made of anger.
Yeah. Does she have any other like siblings, and does she have any romantic relationships?
Well, I had discussed with another player about possibly making them a sibling. Elizabeth. She hasn't made her appointment yet.
Okay.
But she has a ticket. So
awesome.
We discussed maybe possibly having them be siblings, because me and Elizabeth don't actually live too far. She's in Virginia and I'm in North Carolina. I could feasibly go up there and stream with her one day.
That's awesome.
Like in person. And, you know,
that's awesome. Sharon and I really wanted to do that.
We hadn't really created a set link. You know
yeah, Sharon and I really wanted to do that for Chariot LARP Alpha. Sharon is also in beta, and she only lives like an hour from me. So my goal for this run is to do that, to be in the same place. I'll go over there, and you know, I think that's awesome. I really encourage that if people want to do it. That would be really cool. So great. We've established a lot. Who are we? Who is this character leaving behind, or is she just ready to leave?
The entire Earth. I mean, all her fans. She's not going to get any more fan letters.
Is that why she was not into signing up for this?
She was not. She did not know. This is, I want to have this character basically be forced to do this.
I
like,
love
there's
it.
something happened and she has no way to get out of it.
Maybe there's
like,
a contract.
Axe dodging. I don't know what she's doing, but
Yeah.
she has to go. Yeah.
I'm
and
thinking.
she's very vocal about the fact that she doesn't want to go.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a contract, or maybe would she do something illegal? Do you think that could result in?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh wow! All right. So here's my thought.
As
Maybe
long as it got her more money or more fame, she would do it. Now,
Nice.
I'm not going to say she would kill anyone or she wouldn't go that far, but she's not overdoing some offshore, like, money laundering or something like that. And she sees no irony in doing something that was done to her, and which is why she's emancipated. She doesn't care if she doesn't
Yeah.
know people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking she did
She's
something.
a flawed person, okay?
She just, yeah, I like that she's a flawed person, and she did something maybe illegal and got caught, or she did something really career changing and got caught, and to avoid this, you know, there's another way out. You can spend 15 years in jail. There's no way of getting out of it. You're going to waste most of your life in jail, or some of your life in jail, or you can do this thing, and your agent maybe is super pressuring you, and you know, and I haven't talked to Elizabeth yet, but maybe your sister has her own reasons for that too.
Yeah, we had maybe discussed the sister having something to do with her being forced to go, because Elizabeth had mentioned maybe she wanted her character to make robots and basically be the opposite of my character, very logical, very mathematical and stuff, hands-on.
I love it.
And we had discussed maybe the sister put her name in to be chosen out of jealousy or something like that. And now they're both there, and it's going to be.
I love it. I just want to address. Terry had a question about the technology. Yeah, we established in the alpha run, and I need to add that into our canon document and share with all of you beta players the canon document. But we had established that communication would stop a year or less after we leave. So we'll have some communication. But after that amount of time, no more communication. And we've also established that travel to Mars is frequent, but it's not like a major colony, and it's by the end of the century, travel to Mars is it's kind of like hopping on a plane to go to Asia from the United States right now. Like, it's not completely unobtainable if you have the resources. So we're kind of worried about the proximity of the planet and war spreading there, and part of the reason we're doing Chariot is to get, like, far away from stuff. And obviously,
you have to get a planet passport, and it costs too much.
Yeah, the planet passport costs too much. And one of our pilot from the first run did regular runs to Mars and back, so he's kind of used to that. And I mean, I also feel like in real life, they're talking about that, you know, trips to Mars is happening, like, in our lifetime. So I think it's completely feasible that would be like a hop, skip, and a jump away to anybody that had, you know, a reasonable amount of money, by the time this game takes place. And
Can my character own a little bit of property on Mars?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Own property.
Because she's stupid, like, rich, and would do something like that.
So she's stupid, rich, and owns a lot of money. What does that mean once she goes onto Chariot? I mean, you're going away forever.
Nothing. That's the point. I want her out of her comfort zone.
What's she gonna do when she's pressed to answer the question of who are you leaving all of your stuff to?
I don't know what she's gonna do. Maybe she'll be one of those weird people who leaves it all to their pet or something.
That'd be kind of cool. All right. That's neat. That would be a good answer. I think that's going to be, like, one of those things to think about. So, yeah, we've determined a lot of the basic information. Do you have anything else you came up with? Because you obviously already thought about this and spent time on it. So I don't want to just, like, write you a character and, like, you know, contradict what you're saying. The way that the process works is I write up your character, I send it to you, and it has comments enabled, so you can change, delete, add, whatever you want. And I just don't want to, like, contradict or add any details into the character description that you know have already established. So what else?
Okay, I don't really have anything else to add. The only thing that I would like I don't want the character to be, like, absolutely flawed in every way. I want her to also have one or two redeeming qualities that'll make it easy for me to either form connections or work through some of her issues. But overall, I do want her to be a very difficult person to be on this trip with.
How about, how does she really truly feel about the art of theater?
Oh, she loves it. She loves expressing herself. She loves creativity. She is an avid believer of like art in schools kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think now that I'm thinking about it, it might be cool if maybe she actually runs a charity that
Oh, there we
gives more materials for art in schools, and not just theater, but that's her main focus, but also regular art as well.
I love it. I love it.
And chorus.
Because I'm thinking,
stuff to get it out there.
Yeah, something that could make her not only like redeemable, but a good pick for the program is so far we don't have any other characters in the creative division, and I've really tried to set it up where, and it goes along really well with Terry's character crowdfunding this, and the kind of person that his character is, that we value things like universal healthcare and the arts. And so my original vision for making a creative division was to show that creative people in the scope of Chariot and finding meaning when you know you're going to die en route to a planet you'll never see is just as essential as like air. Because if you don't have those creative people to tell stories and to inspire, like you're stuck on a tin can basically, and you're never going to leave. So it really falls upon either like the counselor and or the creatives to really kind of delve into that, right?
Boost morale.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like even though people might think she's a pain in the ass, right, she could be also, when it comes down to it, when other people are really freaking out, she really does her job as a creative. She really, like, kind of maybe even, like, leads that division, you know? And you're going to be on the ship at least half of them, just based on what you've told me about Elizabeth's character as well as the other three that I've already interviewed. You're going to be on there with people, not people who are unfeeling, but they're all going to be a lot of them are going to be very logical and oriented towards the sciences. So they may appreciate the arts, but you're going to be the one arting.
Yeah, my character's very emotional.
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to suggest is each run has its own repository where we put in any kind of creative things that our characters make. So considering you're doing a lot of like costuming and stuff, if you feel comfortable with it, I would love to see a picture of each outfit and makeup that you do in the repository just to document the process. And you could
absolutely.
Oh yeah, you could even frame it as like, here's my Instagram selfie.
Oh yeah,
right?
All the way. I love it.
I feel like that's part of her art, you know, like how she curates her image is part of her art and reflects part of this culture, our future culture that she's leaving. And also I think there's a lot to be said about finding meaning in a world that's completely torn apart by war and having this character who has that kind of wig. You know, I've certainly played, I at Seventh Kingdom, I played a character called Ciara, and she originally appeared as, like, a Disney princess. She was, like, a fairy princess, and she, like, falls into this mortal world that's, like, really bleak, you know? And people had really complicated feelings about that, and about what happened when she changed. So, yeah, that would be it'll be really interesting to see how she, you know, she exists adjacent to all of these like logical thinkers, and it's going to be beautiful. I can't wait.
That's the fun part.
Yes. Do you have anything else you want to add or any other questions?
Feel free to challenge me.
Yeah.
Because I like it, and it helps me grow as my own actress. I mean, I don't do it professionally, but I have fun when I challenged. So
fantastic.
Feel free to throw some curveballs at me during the course of the LARP. I'll enjoy it.
Oh, that'll happen. That's great. I appreciate it. Yeah, my only request to you is like go to the max with like these costumes and all that stuff. And you know, I know the art and stuff for the repository can take a while to make, but I feel like if we really do that as like your selfies or like your fake Instagram or something like that, or even make a fake Instagram and just post screenshots, That would be
Oh, God.
beautiful. That would be.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have an Instagram because I'm so old. I don't know how to use it. I feel like an old lady, so I'm just going to have to fake it because I don't want to.
That's fine. We'll just make a folder for you. Instagram post. Oh, did you have a name for your character, or do you want me to assign you initials?
Well, I want her to have you can assign me initials because I'm going to give her a really embarrassing, actual name, and then she's going to have a stage name.
I love it. Okay, that sounds good. I just didn't want to, throw you initials if you had a name. Cool. So I'm going to work on some of these characters tonight. Hopefully I'll get through all of them that we did today, so you guys can start making more character connections. And everything's all set up in Discord, so you can start talking about it. And it looks like most of the other people are actually already watching this, so they'll have a good sense of your character. And I am so excited because when you were messaging me about hey, I'm at the store, I'm like, this is gonna be great.
Well,
so.
I know that there's no spoilers, but I like to be completely blind, so I caught maybe 5 minutes of Alpha Run, and everyone just was wearing the regular clothes, and I was like, are we not allowed to dress up? Because
oh no,
dress up.
There can be dressing up. And you didn't really see it on stream. Hang on, let me see if I can. I have this coat, as you can see part of here.
Sexy.
This is my coat that I originally got for New World Magiscola. And it's just awesome. I play a martial character there, but Emily, the captain, wears this. And again, I'm going to talk about this a little more with Elizabeth, and some of it's going to have to be not on stream, which is funny, but there's some logical stuff about Emily that no one's discovered yet, and people are like, how can she be on every ship? So we don't know. There are several possibilities, and I'm going to drop some hints in beta run, so we'll see what people say. But yeah, any other questions before we head off?
No, I'm really, really excited.
Fantastic. Well, to everybody watching the stream, thank you so much. If you want to learn more about Chariot LARP, you can just click the image below. Just cut me some slack. It's my 4th character creation today, okay? You can click the thingy below, and it'll take you to the Geek Initiative, geekinitiative.com, where you can learn all about Chariot LARP and how to sign up. Also, you should totally come to the Dragon Thrones version of this game, where I'm running missions for the popular game Dragon Thrones. Message me if you want to learn more about it. It is also newbie friendly, so if you're not in the world yet, you can totally join up. And more stuff on that coming, but I'm doing this for LARPs now. I'm running digital things for them. And I want more of that to happen. So if you want your LARP to do this kind of thing too, find me, contact me, tgilarps@gmail.com. Goes easy, goes right to me. So thank you very much, and I will talk to you later and get you some more information. Everyone else,
Bye.
see you later.